Good morning, Course in Miracles, number 100. Chuck Karstensen here. And today's title, God Takes You Where You Are At. So God takes you where you're at and welcomes you. Yes, you. Even if you did some stupid things last night, you're always welcome. I did the clarifications and controversy video a couple Course in Miracles ago. One of the things that may be controversial to some people is Course in Miracles would say there's not any sins, there's error and mistakes. So we've all made errors and mistakes, but God takes you where you're at and welcomes you. If you continue to look at everything you do as a sin, you then say, I'm being judged for my sin and I'm falling short. That very, very often happens. But God takes you where you're at. You made an error, a mistake, and welcomes you. Now, if you can accept that, you can accept it in an instant. It doesn't have to be any kind of undoing other than the changing of mind that you accept that and that God welcomes you where you're at as a loved child, has a light and love and son of God brought to the world with a purpose, with a plan, with a function to do well. So I took this from a note I wrote a few days ago when I was studying one of the manual for teachers or even clarification sections. I don't actually remember. This is from a few days ago. And I wanted to share that note because I think we forget that you are welcomed where you're at, and everybody is. Even those people you might judge or I might judge and say, you sure about that? You are welcome. So that's a good message. I think that's a good message for everybody. And another one to piggyback on that, all the help you can accept will be provided. And not one need you have will not be met. You got to think about that for a minute. You say, well, I've asked for help before. That's what somebody would say, and it hasn't been provided. In time and space, in this blip of time and space that we are here, going back to my video on the real world, a lot of our misperceptions are what we think we need is just an illusion in the current world. But with that, you will be provided your needs. Like there are a way to get fed, to get sheltered, to get help. So it's not like none of those needs will get met, but really you have to be welcomed. You have to receive the welcoming. You have to receive the invite. And then like the prodigal son has come home, and what needs do you have? Let's throw a celebration and it'll be provided. Like right now in this instant, you just need a breath. That's what you need. If you didn't have breath, yes, a couple, 3 hours from now, I probably need some food, right? You need something to drink. It's provided. Pretty easy to find water these days for most people. And if there's an area where there's not water met, maybe you can be the answer to a need and help somebody in that area to pay for a well, go drill a well. I'm just saying. Now we might have those bigger needs. Some of our needs are actually wants. However, step back when you're walking and accepting and receiving the welcome. I think that is very, very accurate that when we ask, we receive. And I don't even think I have to explain it more. You just have a knowing, a peace that that is a need. I think I blipped out a little bit. What about the wants? I wanted the Vikings to win the last playoff game. Many of you might have too. That's not a need. That's not a need. but it's a want, and it's just people playing a game, right? So we gotta watch what our needs and wants are, but there's an asking for you. Going back to a video probably a couple weeks ago now, a lot of it's in our giving, like what we want, need, would like to receive, it comes by giving. So keep that in mind. Take the welcome. Whatever you ask, do some giving. Your needs will be met. Hope that helps. Hope that's a start. And think about